Hi! No, you're not on the wrong channel. This is the right place. I'm Carrie and this is Lexi from DNAGeekCrafts, and today we are doing the 24 hours of cross stitch with Michelle Liggety Stitcher. And let's take a chance to get to know each other.
Hey, bet you weren't expecting that. What is this? A crossover episode? Yes, that is exactly what it is. Yes. So this last weekend played host to 24 Hours of Cross Stitch, which is an event, challenge, whatever you want to call it, that happens a few times a year and is basically exactly what it says on the tin. One weekend, 24 hours of cross stitch. There are two informal teams, Team Stitch All Night for the hardcore folks and Team Sleep for those who prefer to take a more meandering approach. So that's what I did all this weekend. I just spent the entire thing stitching and trying to make it to 24 total hours. Imagine my excitement then, while planning this video, upon discovering that another Flosstuber was planning to vlog this weekend's challenge, same as myself. This seemed like fate, and thus a collaboration was born. We figured this was a great opportunity for us as well as you to get to know us a little bit better. So to that end, Carrie and I agreed on 5 getting to know you type questions and answered them each in our own way. We then swapped the footage so you can get to know Carrie here on my video and you can get to know me over on her channel at DNAGeekCrafts. Fun! Alright, you get the gist. 24 hours is a lot of cross stitch, so we better make a start. Day 1. Okay, here's my starting point. I have a backup project on the left, which is Alpine by Satsuma Street, but I'll mostly be focusing on the Pick Stitch style on the right. I swore to at least complete the G on this as one of my July goals, and July is almost over, so that's top priority, and then we'll see how I feel after that. But first, housework. Boo! Also the weekly check for any good free games on Epic. Meh. Alright, I am all set. I've got my projects, Flosstubes to keep me company, I've got all my paraphernalia, I've got a really annoying ring light right in my face, but it's quite dark in here in the morning, so there we go. I have sneaky extra floss. I have my iPad for patterns and whatnot, and I got the camera over there. Say hi to the camera. Hi. Oh, and finally, but most importantly, I have my lucky socks. And I think that is all I need in the world to be happy. I could stay here for quite some time. Right, most of the morning is already gone somehow, so I really better get started stitching. Okay, dinner is last night's pizza, and I'm still wearing my pyjamas. But would you be surprised to hear that I'm not even ashamed of myself right now? Editor's note, I forgot to take progress photos on day 1 somehow. In hindsight, it would have made a lot of sense to drop them in between stitching shots, but YouTubers gonna YouTube. Fridays are usually a half day in our house, but while a boyfriend finished work and settled down to a relaxing weekend of no obligations, I was starting to realise just how long 24 hours actually is. Shopping time is always a good reminder to get up and move around. My back was already quite unimpressed with the proceedings by this point. Also, the next shot is going to be of more pizza, and I just want to say having it 2 nights in a row was honestly 100% not my idea. I mean, I didn't argue too hard against it or anything, but still. Friday night movie, Brightburn. Actually, not as bad as I expected. Couple hours later and we've moved on to Lego Masters, and I'm finally filling in some of the white bits that I've been looking forward to all day. Hooray! Okay, so I didn't quite make it to the 8 hours I'd planned today, but close enough. I can't look at that thing anymore tonight. So while we utterly fail at a bedtime crossword and get some sleep like the rock and roll kids we are, I'm going to pass you over to Carrie for the night. See you in the morning.
Okay, Lex. I've got some questions to answer. Are you going to sit here and be a good girl? Probably not, but we'll see. So, the first question is, what is something that's on your crafty bucket list? Well, I have two really that are really high up on my list. The first one is I would like to learn how to crochet. I knit, I sew, but there's such cute little crochet projects and I can't do it. And I've started to learn and I'm not very good at it and I think I need to practice some more. But yes, I'd like to learn how to crochet. There's three actually. I'd like to learn how to quilt, and I'm going to be doing that shortly. But if you've watched my channel at all, I am doing a series. Basically, I'm doing a stitch along, and I'm doing all of the pieces on different pieces of Ada. And when it gets done, I'd like to quilt them all into a big quilt. So I need to learn how to quilt. And then the last one is kind of my stretch, like this is the crafty bucket list item. And that is, when my mom passed away, I inherited her craft room. And one of the things up there is a partially completed stained glass window. And I would love to learn how to do stained glass and finish that window at some point. So yeah, that's probably the number one thing on my crafty bucket list. I'm just waiting for her to settle down. This is my life. Okay, the number 2 question is something that I have never shared on my channel or on Instagram. This is one that people actually have a hard time believing about me, and I'm surprised I've never talked about it before. I am super duper painfully shy. Talking to a camera when there's not really someone else there is really easy. I'm a dancer. Performing is easy because there's a line between me and the people. But if you put me in a room full of people, I am the literal definition of a wallflower. I am going to stand off to the side. I'm going to be too scared to approach anybody. Even last weekend, I did the Black Needle Society retreat, and I had to psych myself up for a good 15 to 30 minutes every time that I went into the chat rooms. Because I'm just really shy. I mean, I know that I've mentioned before that I'm an introvert, but those things don't always go together. But yes, I am super duper shy if you meet me in real life. And then once you get to know me, all bets are off. I'll never shut up.
Day 2. Morning all. Day 2. We made it. As you can probably tell, I've just woke up. Did not have the most restful night's sleep, but I need to get it together because today is supposedly my biggest stitching day. I did have 0 other things to do today originally, and I still mostly have nothing to do, but we're apparently now going out for dinner, which anyone from around here will understand to mean lunch. So that's going to take a little bit of time away from the stitching, but it should be fine. I am going to get a cup of tea and sort myself out, and I'll be back when there's something to update. Time to get to work. I've got a lot of white in, a lot of Flosstube watched, and then boyfriend comes home bearing a gift.
I got some Pringles, but doner kebab flavoured Pringles. Just to try, you know? It's an experiment.
Okay.
Pringle science.
I don't think those are for me.
I like them.
Right, we're off for a drive out and some food. We've barely gone anywhere in the last year and a half, so it's nice that we can start to venture out a bit again. I have never been so excited for a Burger King. We brought it back to the car because the place was just a little bit busy and germy, but baby steps. I'm not even a vegan, just a veggie, but this vegan royale was absolutely lovely. Burger King always kill it with the veggie option. Just been filling in some little bits, more Flosstube keeping me company while he watches Dark Souls challenge videos on the TV. I'd be lying if I said this was hugely different to our usual Saturday afternoons. It's 4:20. My timer has just gone off to tell me to have a bit of a break and a stretch, which is very needed right now. We are just over 12 hours in, so over halfway. Unfortunately, we're more than halfway through the weekend, so I really need to keep going. So, quick stretch, and then I'll get back to it. How did you get upstairs, little thread? You're not supposed to be up here. Okay, let's see what's going on in the kitchen. Nom, nom, nom. It smells really nice. Your hands are going to feature in my videos a lot. Okay, we'll keep that bit in. Nom! The temperature here finally got a bit more bearable today after the recent heat wave, so I decided to celebrate. It's been a while since I could bear to even think about wearing this thing, and I have missed it so. Okay, so I am seriously struggling. Feels like I'm getting nowhere with all this confetti. I'm currently being kept going by supportive Instagram friends, but seriously, this G is still not done. To make matters worse, I've loaded up the Fellowship of the Ring audiobook and the guys are in Moria. I have a really bad feeling about this place. Ice cream will help. Just I mean, the absolute shambles that is my crafting corner right now. Ugh. Okay, final update for the night. There are obviously some chunks still missing, but surely that can't take long in the morning. I will hand you back over to Carrie while I go get some kip, and hopefully we'll knock the rest of this out first thing. Cross your fingers anyway.
Okay, question 3. Biggest craft success and biggest craft fail. I really don't know what my biggest craft success is. Probably the look on my boss's face when I gave her Defying Gravity. I mean, she almost started crying. So, I mean, that's really it. There's not really any one biggest success. It's that feeling of accomplishment when I am able to gift someone something that I think that they're going to like, and then it turns out that they do. The other big reaction I got with that was when I did This Is Fine. So yeah, just those reactions. That one was a text, and I actually saved the text, and I look back at it every once in a while. Yeah, so that's my biggest success, is when I give something to someone and it actually turns out that I hit it right on the head and they absolutely love it. My biggest fail, I did it on camera. If you go back in my past catalog, and this is by no means a plug for my channel, it's just, this is the context that I can give you is that I actually did this on my channel, was I wanted to make all of my friends hot cocoa bombs for Christmas. And they were a flipping mess. And then when I got done with them, I thought I had one all perfectly together. And as I was sealing it shut with a little bit of chocolate to put the two pieces together, the heat from my hand literally melted a hole in the bottom. And so when I lifted it up, all of the chocolate came out. So last year for Christmas, all of my friends, instead of getting beautiful homemade hot cocoa bombs in mugs with little, like, they got $5 gift cards because I spent all my money on the supplies to make these chocolate bombs that totally bombed.
Day 3. Alright, here we go. Day 3, Sunday morning. I am feeling a lot better and raring to go. I'm gonna get the G finished this morning. Well, actually I have no idea how long it's gonna take to finish the G, but I will get it done today. And then we'll just basically have to see where we are, because I don't know, I may not be able to continue with that piece. I may need a break. I don't know, see how it goes. Okay, I'm just about to fill this part in, but alas, I've noticed a mistake from months ago. There should be a few white pixels down here, but I've done them all in black. Not really sure what to do about that, but for now, I choose to ignore it. Keep calm and carry on and all that. We have a G! Finally! No backstitch yet because reasons, but I'm calling it done anyway. The plan is to just make a casual start on the A now and just see how far I get. Main goal achieved. Today shouldn't be too terrible really. We're closing in on 20 hours already, so I can afford some breaks this afternoon. And the fellowship is safe for the moment in Lothlorien, so that's a relief. A minor problem identified with the plan, which is that it turns out I never actually did the thread shopping for the A or the M or the E or the R. Basically, at the start of the sale, they were releasing the floss list one letter at a time, so I have G's. So I need to go through and kind of see if I do have any of the ones needed for the A, because otherwise I might as well just get on with my backup project and I'll have to go shopping during the week. Update, I have identified 8 colours that I can be getting on with in the A, so stitching continues. Lost track of time a bit there. Okay, it is nearly 6 o'clock. I still have about 3 hours stitching left to go, but that should be doable even if I stop now for some food, which I'm gonna need to do because, I mean, you can probably tell how much I am flagging. Still, 3 hours. It's like at least 5 hours until my normal bedtime. I got this. It's all good. I need food. I'll be more articulate after food. Seriously, this is not my usual weekend diet, but he's out at a family barbecue and I've been left unsupervised, so it is comfort food all the way. Stop looking at me like that. I'm an adult. He just got home and has brought a dime bar. I have this weird aversion to the things since a bad experience as a child, but maybe this time it'll be different. Honestly, I just don't know what to make of it. Here we go. The 24-hour celebration approaches, and I can feel myself mentally checking out again in preparation. Still, I stitched right up until the official second. And then went immediately to bed without even filming an update or anything. Look at the relief on that face as I turned off the camera. While I grab some more sleep, we'll catch up for the final time with Carrie and Lexi, and then I will do the grand reveal in the light of day. Over to you.
Okay, next up. If you were a shade of DMC, what shade would you be? I think I'd be something like, and this is going to be a totally weird answer, but DMC C319. That's one of the étoiles. I know that number because I use it a lot. It's actually the rainy or the cloudy color for my temperature stitch alongs. So I've used it a lot in the last 2 years. But it is a gray. It's kind of a deep gray because I'm kind of the group Eeyore at work. Everybody calls me, they call me Care Bear because Carrie, Care Bear. It's like the default nickname for every Carrie ever, at least here in the United States. And they call me the Grumpy Bear. So I kind of like, I'm usually kind of, I don't like being awake during the day. I'm a real night owl. So I'm a little bit don't talk to me before I've had my tea in the morning type of person. So, and most of it's in fun. But so I kind of feel like I'd be that like gloomy kind of gray color, but with a little bit of sparkle. So yeah, I think I would be C319. And then the last question is something that you dislike about cross stitch. Knots. I honestly, the thing I hate most about counted cross stitch is counting. I mess up. I'm amazed even with pattern keeper and gridding and stuff that I still have to frog. And it gets kind of frustrating. I'm working on a project right now where there's an entire section that is all slid to the left by 1 stitch. Because by the time I saw it, it would have been like 100 stitches I would have had to frog, and I wasn't going to spend all of that time. So that, yeah, hate doing French knots, love the way they turn out. At least I can do them now though. A year ago I couldn't do French knots, so there's that. Well, that's all of the questions that we have on the list. So thanks for putting up with me on Michelle's channel, giving me a chance to let you get to know me. And I am excited to get to know Michelle over on my channel. So hope you will stop by to see her answers for that. Bye.
I love how deep we both went on that what colour would you be thing. Dorks. Thank you so much to Carrie from DNAGeekCrafts for joining me on this adventure. And Lexi too, of course. It was good to know that even at my lowest, most confetti furious point, that you were also stitching away on the other side of the Atlantic. Honestly, I might have quit on Saturday if you weren't relying on me to make this video, so that worked well. Without further ado then, here is the final stopping point on my pick stitch sal. This is after 24 full hours of cross stitch. I'll put up the before image over here somewhere, hopefully you can see both at the same time. I honestly, genuinely thought the G would be completed on Friday and I would probably have got bored of this thing and made significant progress on my backup project by now. Which just goes to show what I know. And also actually explains why I'm always making far too long to-do lists for myself. Still, it's done now. 1 letter complete, 4 to go. Well, 3.5 to go? Okay, it's probably more like 3 2/3 to go, but whatever, let me have this. I hope you enjoyed following along with the trials and tribulations of this weekend challenge, and also getting to know a little bit about Carrie and Lexi too. Please do drop this video a like if you can, and maybe even subscribe if you'd like to see more Flosstube as well as my billion other crafts. Now, if anyone needs me, I will be sleeping for a week straight, so I guess you'd better wander over to DNAGeekCrafts to watch the companion video to this and learn my answers to those 5 questions. The link will be in the description, or I'll put it up here somewhere just as soon as I can figure out how. Of course, I would love to hear your answers to these questions too, so do share. And remember, no answer too deep. There won't be a video from me this Thursday as we've gone a little bit off our routine, but things will be back to normal next week, so I will see you then. Until then, have a brilliant day and keep making cool stuff. Bye!